Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Friends of Mortgage Heroes. I'm Andy, and today I have the distinct honor and pleasure to introduce to you my friend Shannon Daniels with Tribe Cold Plunge. Shannon, welcome to the show.
How's it going?
Dude, thanks for coming in.
Dude, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. For those of you who have not heard of Tribe Cold Plunge yet, it's literally down the street. So I will admit, honestly, when I go to Shannon's, I drive. That's not really a good choice, but I drive even though I could walk.
Probably takes longer to get in your car.
I should probably just start walking at this point.
Yeah.
It's probably better for me, right?
Get those steps in, dude.
Shannon, thank you for coming onto the show. I want to talk about Tribe Cold Plunge, like how you started this business. You know, our whole ecosystem here for Friends of Mortgage Heroes is to talk to our friends in and around the military space, the real estate and business space, finance when it's applicable. But because you're literally our neighbor, you did 23 years special ops, right?
Yeah.
And I think you bring a lot of value to this type of conversation that people can like take something that is maybe they don't have a firsthand experience for, but maybe some things you've done and places you've been in life can encourage others and point them in the right direction. So I'm hoping to talk about some of that today too.
Yeah, dude, absolutely.
So let's first of all set the stage. So Tribe Cold Plunge. What is Tribe Cold Plunge, and what are you doing for people here in the neighborhood?
So Tribe Cold Plunge is a recovery studio here in Eastlake. Long story short, man, I was getting out of the military and that transition. I guess we'll hop right into this. Here we go. Let's go, baby. All right. So transitioning is, 23 years special operations. The hardest thing I ever did was stop doing it. I joined the Navy when I was 18 years old, fresh out of high school. I was one of those thug kids, or it's either go to jail or join the military. The military sounded like a better option, so I did that one. Anyway, years later, ended up transitioning out, and with that, I was trying to figure out who Shannon Daniel was, not Senior Chief Daniel or this EOD operator or, the boss of, small unit teams. And man, I struggled, dude. I struggled. It was one of the darkest moments of my life, figuring out who I was and like where I was going. And like most of the guys in my community, when shit's hard, you just grind, dude. You just go for it and you just press harder. And I pressed harder through physical fitness. I figured if I was mentally dead, physically dead, I would be mentally dead. And then I couldn't focus on what needed. And, why do today what you can put off till tomorrow?
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, no.
Definitely the bad way around it. Kept you in good physical shape until you're not. We're not those spring chickens anymore, man. You're talking about getting your steps in. I destroyed my body, dude. I was hurting, and I was looking for what do I do to get better, because I wanted to keep going. Like, being in shape as a man, being in shape and your health and wellness is the foundation of who we are. So I had a buddy, I was complaining about my feet one day in this workout that I was doing. I run a men's group. That's kind of where this started. Helping veterans and now a lot of civilians with entrepreneurship and like health and wellness and just all the things we avoided. I had this mentality of like, oh, you don't talk about that. And, just letting your ego of what a man actually was. And man, I was so wrong. So anyway, he had talked to me about cold plunging, and I was like, yeah, dude, I'm not doing that. Like, dude, we spend years diving and,
Yeah.
We're all San Diego locals.
Hold on. Were you saying that because you're like, it sounds cold, I don't want to do it? Or you're like, that sounds weak and soft?
No, definitely. Yes, weak and soft, 100%.
Not the cold,
Not
I guess.
swimming.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was the cold water, man. Like, the dive days in San Diego, everybody loves San Diego, but dude, in December, that water's cold, man. And I had to dive a lot in San Diego, so it wasn't really my deal. And we're in wetsuits, dude. So like forcefully putting myself into situations I don't want to, like, you're retiring. You don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah, you don't have to do this anymore.
Those struggles. And wow, man, that's hopping on so many different pathways of choosing those struggles. But
Sure.
that was a struggle that I wasn't willing to choose until, you realize you're 42 years old, 43 years old, and you're sitting on the edge of your bed and you have to stretch your ankles for 30 minutes just so you could walk to brush your teeth before you get up. And it's like, dude, you got to do something, man. Like, do something. So finally, one of my buddies talked me into it after a workout one day. And dude, when I hopped in a pool that was like 45 degrees, oh man, my body locked up. My central nervous system like shot through the roof. I had a panic attack, and like that was probably one of the harder moments for me. It was like, dude, all the stuff you did, like, really, this is where you're at.
Sure,
you're flipping out.
This is your reaction.
Yeah, you're flipping out over a pool, and like, not to mention, there's a 6-year-old swimming in the shallow end next to me.
Yeah.
You're going to have to edit that out.
Backstroke.
Yeah, dude. So I was like,
no problem.
If this little kid can do it, like, what's really going on? Well, then it starts to make you think, like, where are you at, dude? Like, this isn't really about cold water. This is about other things, and anxiety, depression, like everything starts to sync up. So I got out of the pool, and like I told myself later that day, I think I went on a short run, and I was like, you know what, dude? Like, I can do this. I'm gonna stick with it. Let's try it. So I did it every day for 5 days, from 3 to 5 minutes. And dude, by like day 2, it was easier to get in. By like day 3, I was like, this isn't bad. By day 4, I woke up and went to the restroom. Didn't have to stretch. I was like, I could walk down the stairs without like 3-pointing my staircase. And
you remember that? Like in that moment, like, oh my gosh, wait, what just happened?
Yeah, 100%.
Wow.
100%. I remember the first moment where I walked down there, and it's been pretty consistent, since, but I remember that moment, like, one, I was pissed that I was so scared to do it, and I had held myself from it, you know. But yeah, man, once I finally did it, I flew out a couple days for a Secret Service job that we were running. Part of our job was Secret Service in the military, and no cold plunges. Well, by the time I got back, like 3 or 4 days, my feet started hurting again.
Oh, no way.
Started creaking up.
Wow.
I was like, all right, I got to get back to the water. So there's something to it.
I'm not trying to laugh. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at your reaction to you telling me this story. I'm not laughing at it happening to you. Because just like you said, you were jumping into cold water as part of your career, and now you're like, oh, I don't want to do this at all. And then right into, oh shoot, now I have to do this in order to feel good.
Yeah.
So what, and this might be right into the deep end, going with the water puns. Like what had to change in you for you to go, I not only am going to do cold plunge for myself, but I'm going to go and like, I want to offer this to other people. Like that's a big jump, dude.
Yeah.
It's one thing to go for your own recovery. And it's a whole nother to be like, you know what? I want this for everybody else too. Like that's a big dude, step.
It's not even the fact of like, I want it for everybody else too. It's, I want it for everybody else too, to the point that I'm going to go out and figure out what the hell's an SBA loan? Like, what is, like, define entrepreneurship. What do you know about marketing, SEO, SEM? All these things were so far outside of my wheelhouse. And I would love to tell you how I figured all that stuff out and then started my business. No, dude. Like I was literally at a park, and we're fast forwarding like the moment of deciding we're going to pull the trigger on this. I was literally at a park, and I was talking to a buddy, and I had 6 months left in the military. Not sure quite what I was doing. I had just finished the Honor Foundation, which is a transition assistance program. Amazing foundation. Phenomenal. Honor Foundation. Just kidding. But so anyway, just finished that program. I had a buddy who's like, bro, why don't you start a business? And I was like, the hell do I know about a business? Like, no, dude, you start the business and I'll just come work with you. Like, it's like you're the boats, dude.
Yeah.
You get a boat. The best boat in the world is your buddy's boat. Well, my buddy didn't want to open a business, so like I had to get a business.
You had to go buy your own boat. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to go buy my own boat. So I was like, yeah, dude, like, why not? And then it got in my head, like everything else does. It's like, well, dude, like I know a bunch of people own businesses, and they're not the smartest people in the world. Like I could figure this out.
I can do this.
Yeah, I can do this.
If these dummies can do it, I can too.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. And it's one of those things where I've always thrived on doing what's uncomfortable and what's hard. Like,
well, okay, I want to draw an analogy, and you tell me how close or how far off this is. Like you've literally jumped out of planes. Having a business is almost like that. You're flying out of there, and you're like, "What am I going to?" No, okay. Tell me, what are the simple?
When you jump out of a plane, when you first start jumping out of a plane, every plane is a night jump. Let me explain that.
That seems super, to me, I go, that's super uncertain.
No, man, you just close your eyes and you just send it, dude. Like you're gonna win or you're gonna lose. And the reality is you're only gonna know you lose for like a couple seconds until you win. The chute opens.
But sometimes I feel like business is like that sometimes though too. That's why I'm saying that.
When you're coasting down and you see the entire San Diego skyline, you see a nice sunset. It's beautiful. You know how much a business is beautiful when it's not blooming? That's not pretty at all, dude. It's a nightmare. So. Dude, military jump out, figure it out. The whole business entrepreneur side, dude, night and day difference. That shit's scary.
What scared you the most?
Not knowing what I didn't know.
So being aloof to what you needed to know in order for it to like work out.
And to be honest, letting people down. That was.
Oh, you were afraid of letting people down?
Yeah, dude, I'm always afraid of letting people down. Like I put everything I have into everything I do.
Yeah.
And I'm a firm believer if you are going to do something, it's got your name on it, dude. You got to put everything into it. And if not, just tell them like, I'm not doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let your yes be yes, your no be no.
Yeah. 100%.
So let's talk about, how long has Tribe been open here in Eastlake now?
We just hit our 2-year anniversary, about 2 weeks ago.
Okay. And so right now, let's talk about like the services you have there. Again, not everybody who's going to be seeing this has even been there. So what services are you offering right now to your members?
Right now for recovery, we offer sauna. I guarantee you we have I don't know officially, but I'm going to say we have the hottest sauna in San Diego, California. I have an 8-man heater and a 4-man sauna. So it's hot.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, dude. I mean, the whole point is if you're going to do something, like do it right? So
there's no halfway with Shannon if you haven't figured it out yet.
You're either in or you're out.
No like we said at my house, like, hey, there's no half-assing it. No ass or all ass.
All ass for me, dude.
Yeah, whole ass it.
Yeah, all ass. So
okay, so sauna.
Yeah, we do heat, we do cold. There's some like really good benefits for contrast therapy for shocking your nervous system and stuff like that. And then I also have compression.
The compression sleeves and
sleeves and the boots and stuff like that.
Yeah. So for people who've never done cold plunge before, maybe can you talk a little about what you've shared a little bit of what happened with your own body, but to people that are having like ailments, what should they look to cold plunge to help them with?
Cold plunge helps with a lot. Just starting on the physical side, I mean, you're essentially when you hop into cold water, what you're doing is all your blood in your body is going to your core to protect your core. So if your blood is moving, you're healing, essentially, because as your heart starts to pump, it's starting to move all that oxygenated blood. When you have extreme cold water, you have what's vasoconstriction, vasodilation. As you start to warm back up, it's actually backwards. Yes. If you're a doctor, be quiet. Don't tell anybody.
Just put thumbs up in the comments.
Just thumbs up in the comments. But the way it moves blood, it opens, it expands your muscles in the fact it's bringing new blood flow. So inflammation is gone, soreness is gone. And this does take a little bit. Andrew Huberman does a ton of podcasts. I look at a lot of his science as well as a lot of the other cold water doctors and stuff like that. The science says about 11 minutes a week, you'll start to see differences. I could totally see that. I mean, if you hop in and you bang out 11 minutes in one session, it's like going to the gym and knocking out 4 hours in one day.
Oof.
You're going to be sore shit for the week. And then by then it's like, come on, dude, spread it out.
Right.
3 to 5 minutes, life changing.
So even though we're saying go all in, you also have to be measured in how often.
Yeah. I mean, you go all in to a point of like, you're still watching your body. You're still focusing. Like some people get in and they shiver within a minute. Yeah. Some people, it takes them 10 to 15. Like,
wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
No, man. Maybe we should have done this show in the water and see how long my teeth start chattering.
How long we'd have been gone? I would have been out by now. I don't have the warm coat that I used to.
Well, no, I think I do. That's why I'm going to come work out with you some more. I got this winter coat, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's some health benefits to cold plunge. And I know that I think just anecdotally, I have to imagine people don't just feel inclined to want to come do this.
No, it's definitely out of a comfort zone, and there's so much into that. We're talking about the physical side. Like think about the mental side of forcing yourself to do things. Like we've all gone through traumas. We've had deaths in the family or deaths of friends. Like you don't get to choose that. And for somebody to say, oh, well, I can't do that. You know how many people I hear, oh, I can't do cold water. Dude, if I threw your ass into cold water, you would do cold water. You wouldn't have a choice.
Yeah.
It's just cold water. The reality is you would endure it. And by being able to choose that, it changes your whole perspective on anything. Like I have a lot of videos on our Instagram page of people who have done it and kind of force themselves. And there's actually a whole brain function that goes into putting yourself in uncomfortable positions. So when you are at the point, it's less stress. Like think about combat. You know, like anytime we go to combat or something like that, like you got people running around, you got stuff blowing up, you got people shooting. Like the reality is you're scared every single time. The people who aren't, well, they're probably like used to it, or it gets to the point where they're not shaken by it. Well, that takes time. It's like everything else. You just train yourself to get in it. So even something as small as a cold plunge or hopping into a sauna for too long where your body starts to go under a heat shock protein release, which is a very good thing. It's not a bad thing. But once again, time and moderation, and we'll help you guys figure that out when you come in. But once you figure that out, what's good for you and how to work through it, trauma that comes up in your life, it's not if, unfortunately, it's when. Like we're in a society where things change all the time.
Yeah.
It makes things so much easier.
Yeah.
Like anxiety, stress, depression, you name it.
It's, because you're doing this really hard thing. Right.
Yeah.
Why I do quote fingers?
You're choosing.
You're doing this hard thing, getting in this cold water against your own volition, like well, not your volition. Like you don't have to do this, but you're choosing to do this.
Sure.
And that's got to run up against. I mean, I'm sitting here processing as I'm talking to you. I'm thinking that's got to run up against a bunch of things that we do, and we maneuver our life around to just have comfort and not be in uncomfortable situations.
Yeah, it is definitely. You know, we had talked previous about that book called The Comfort Crisis.
I want to talk about that right now because this is right at that intersection of like we don't do uncomfortable things on purpose these days.
No,
but it's hurting. It's hurting us by doing it.
It is crushing us as humans. Like, you know, you'd think 2-3 generations ago, like you didn't have access to food. Like you have a refrigerator right next to you. Like, can you imagine like 100 years ago, you didn't have a refrigerator right there. Like you wanted to eat, like you had to go out, you had to get something. You had to go find it. You had to farm it. And like now everything is so easy. I just turn and I'll grab a can of Echelon.
Yeah. I'll make a Keurig coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just everything is so easy. I'm like, oh, it's hot outside. I'll go sit in the air conditioner when it's nice and 72 degrees.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't want to go there. Or maybe I need to go to the gym and it's right across the street, but you hop in a car and drive.
Okay. All right.
We do not put our.
You hear this, right? You're going to have to see me now. You got to look for social media, Andy,
everybody honk
at Tribe.
Wave at Andy as he's walking to Tribe from now on.
It's like it's like the Walk of Shame gym edition.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna be walking my head down to your place.
What it is. That's exactly what it is. All the people who drive to the gym.
Oh my god,
I drive to the gym too, but
it's your place. Hold on, it's your place of business. It's your place of business. That's different. I'm saying I literally could walk down the street and in 90 seconds be at the front door of your place.
But that is the whole point. And you're talking about two little things. This is everything in life. You know, it has become easy and creature comforts to like, I'm hungry. Let me call Uber. Or let me call some other food things.
Sure.
I refuse to use
DoorDash or whatever.
DoorDash. Yeah. Like I've never done DoorDash. I've never done Uber Eats. Like I refuse to. Like there's a whole nother side of just socializing with people. Mm-hmm. Remember when they put the kiosk in it at McDonald's over here?
Oh,
I haven't been to McDonald's in years, but it's like I walk up to the counter and I'm standing there and they're like, "Can you use the kiosk?" And I'm like, "No." They're like, why not? I'm like, you're standing here, like you're getting paid to work. Like this is my interaction for the day. Like, how are you? How's your day? And they're like, well, we have built that society, dude.
Yeah, no,
we built that society of comfort.
Man.
Like, yeah, man, it goes so far outside of it. So I'm a firm believer of like putting yourself in that uncomfortable position, like. Whoever the 6 people that watch this, and because they see me on it, I'm just kidding. But like, all of you guys put yourself in it. Like, try something uncomfortable this week. Don't put yourself in trouble, but like, put yourself out there. Try something new. You know, if you're single, go talk to a person and like, whatever you're after. Introduce yourself. Hey, how are you?
I think there's a couple of verticals. Like my mind is firing off all these questions I want to ask you. So I'm going to try to be ordered in this and organized, because part of me is like, okay, we're in this digital age where we're more connected than ever, but also more disconnected than ever. That's like one thing. I also want to talk about like the connectivity and the connectedness between the comfort crisis and choosing to do hard things, and then your career being like in the middle of really hard things in preparation to do even more difficult things. Yeah. Which one do you talk about first? Let's just pick one.
Yeah, just pick one. Send it.
Okay, let's talk about your career then.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go through all your training for what you're doing, and I can't imagine any of it is comfortable or easy.
It's not, but once again, like it's all repetition.
Okay.
It's all like, pick something. It doesn't matter what it is. If I give you a jump rope right now, can you go and crush a jump rope?
Actually, yes, yes, but that's because.
Okay, we'll edit that out.
I have no. It's just you picked it. You picked it. I have a speed rope in my garage.
Well, then there you go. Then all right. Well,
I understand it doesn't look like I have a speed rope in my garage. Actually, it is, because it's just hanging there. That's why. I should pick it up and use that dumb thing.
You're missing the concept here.
I got you.
Like, do you shoot guns?
I have, yes.
Are you good at shooting?
Not as good as I'd like to be.
Can you shoot and move?
Not very well. Yeah.
How do you get better at shooting and moving?
Reps.
Yeah. Repetition. It's like everything in life, man. It's repetition. So constantly training, like train till you're exhausted, train when you're exhausted. 50% of our training in special operations is at nighttime. Like, you can't sit here and train when everything's nice and the sun's out, and it's like getting out of that comfort zone.
Yeah.
Let me put you at night in a rainstorm when it's freezing outside. Go shooting.
Yeah.
Well, then you start getting really good at it. Or if you suck at it, you keep doing it. Mm-hmm. So you get to the point where you get really good at it.
Yeah. So let's connect that to you had introduced me to the book Comfort Crisis, which is about this entire concept of how like everything is, it's like the Three Little Bears. In San Diego, it's the Three Little Bears. 74 is too hot. 68 is too cold. 72 is just right.
Yeah.
But man, dude, when you introduced me to that book and I got it, I read like, I jokingly, you guys, I sent Shannon a text. I told my daughter, I was like, hey, I'm going to put the hammock outside and I'm going to put the book on me and fall asleep with Comfort Crisis and send that to Shannon. I don't think he thought it was funny.
I was kind of lost for a second, but it came around and you explained to me that it was a joke, and I was like, all right, I got it.
No, but here's the funny part is like later that day, I went to go check on my other daughter, Claire, and I fell asleep while she was at her desk doing homework. Yeah. I was talking to her and I fell asleep, and my wife brought the book up and laid it next to me and took a picture and put it on Instagram. She's like, it doesn't look like this guy's having a comfort crisis. Yeah. I fell asleep. I took a nap, bro.
Dude, struggles are real. Struggles are real.
Okay, all kidding aside, like what would you say you've been able to take from that experience in your military career and directly apply to like now running a business and talking to other people about doing hard stuff all the time, beyond just the comfort crisis of the book, whatever? Like, where do you draw parallels with all the stuff you did and that you can help people with right now?
The biggest thing that I can take away is, like, for me personally, if I've seen somebody do it, I know it's possible. If somebody else can do it, I can do it too. It's just going to take me reps.
Can you think of a time? Can you think of a time when you were in your earlier years, when you're younger, where you had to like overcome some sort of like limiting belief, like like something in your head that like just one day a switch went on? You're like, oh my God, I can do. I'm not held to this restriction that I feel like right now.
Trying to think of a cool story that would tie into it.
Well, it's not to be cool. It's just something that is relatable. Because the reason I'm asking this question, maybe I should set it up better. The reason I'm asking the question is because I think in this day and age, we have so many comforts, and I'm saying this myself too. I have so many comforts, so many things I've set up for my productivity to be a certain way, my day to look a certain way, my week, my month, my quarter, and all that, that then I just end up running into these like barriers of output or outcome. And then unless I push through them or above and go over them and force myself into something else, they're just going to continue being that way. And these beliefs get us stuck. Yeah. But they don't need to they don't need to be keeping us stuck. So
that's the reality of what you said right there. The reality is if it's not this barrier, it's going to be a different one. There's always barriers. Are you going to sit and you're going to fold, or are you going to realize that there's always going to be a barrier? Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if you're the millionaire or you're the broke guy. It doesn't matter, different barriers, but there's always a barrier. How are you going to overcome it? Are you going to sit down and feel sorry for yourself? Or you can get up and find a way around it.
Mm-hmm.
Fastest way through the storm is straight through it, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think that there's so many, God, man, I hope people that are in business will watch this. There's a lot. So the people that watch Friends of Mortgage Heroes are not only our friends in our business and our family and people on social media, but other business owners too, that are in a position where, well, maybe when they're watching this, they are in a position where maybe they're a little too comfortable. Maybe they haven't had something hard hit them in a while. And this is a moment for them to be like, okay, I actually got to forge ahead despite the challenges I'm facing right now. Because what I'm looking for, what I'm hoping to have happen in my life is on the other side of that.
You know, what's funny, you talk about business owners, and like, I would say my most consistent clients, I have quite a few of them that have been there since the beginning. Every one of them are either business owners, supervisors, CEOs. It's all the top level people, and no clue that it was going to be like this or whatever. Like when I started it, I was like, oh, this is going to be for the gym goers. This is going to be for people working out and doing jujitsu and helping with inflammation and, recovery for the physical. I had no idea that it was going to be on such a high level for business owners, because here's the reality. How much do you do for you every day?
Not as much as I should.
Exactly.
That's the answer.
Exactly. Yeah. And that is the answer. Like when you're a business owner, it's not about you. So like this goes back to, the stuff I talk about in my men's group with you, is finding that difference between selfishness and selflessness. You're not selfish because you go to the gym after an 8-hour shift. It's selfless because if you aren't taking care of yourself, how are you going to take care of other people?
Yeah.
And dude, that's what we're here on this earth for, is to serve other people.
Yeah.
And if you can take that moment to work it into your life of how to take care of you, if you're operating at 30%, how much do you really think you're giving to your business?
Yeah.
How much do you think you're giving to your employees?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the law of numbers is it's less than 30%.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're only given that, then why are you doing it?
Yeah.
Focus on you. Take that momentary breath, like take that pause and say, how do I get better? How do I get my mind better? How do I get more crisp? And as stupid as it sounds, go hop in a cold pool, dude. Like I would love for you to come to my business, but come or not.
Cold Plunge podcast. Let's go.
Try a cold plunge. Like I would say, like hop in the shower and turn it colder. Man, cold showers suck, dude. They're not fun. A cold plunge.
You know why they suck? Because there's the option of hot.
Yeah.
In a cold plunge, there's no option. There's no option of hot.
Or you get people that just crank it up really hot until they get hot, and then they crank it slowly cold. It is that shock that changes your nervous system, and that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah,
we're trying to change the nervous system.
Is this the part? So we're having this kind of different tone of conversation right now. Is this the part of operating your company and your business that you like the most? Is having these people come in and you be able to like guide them through this entire process and watch them change and get better and be more optimized and perform at an enhanced level? Yeah,
I'm going to tell you like straight up, like I was trying to think when I was coming over here, like what are some of the things that I truly love? And outside of the people, and this is like, no offense to the real barbershops, it's a modern day barbershop. When you put yourself in a hard position, think about like every time you're having something hard going on and you finally talk to somebody and you open up about it, it is freeing. And when you put yourself in a hard position in that cold plunge or even in that hot sauna, and you come out and you start having a conversation about what's going on in your life, just the tribe.
Yeah.
Just the tribe of people that you're interacting with, you're like, dude, I'm not the only one going through this.
Yeah.
And that is so empowering. I remember the first time I was going through the Honor Foundation and I ran a workout for 55 special operations dudes. It's
holy cow.
Yeah, 55 hours. And they're from all, there's SEALs, there's EODs, there's Rangers, there's Green Berets, there's Raiders, like pretty much the gambit of all special operations dudes. And we had a workout it was about an hour and a half workout. It was rough, man. It's a very rough workout. It's meant to be a memorial workout. So by the time you're dead, and when you got all these pipe hitters in this room, Everybody is pressing, dude. Like there is no weakness in there. Everybody is leaving everything on the table. And as we got done, we're laying on the floor, trying not to die, trying to get our breath back, picking up the pool of sweat that we're laying in. Dude started talking about like things that we hadn't even talked about in the Honor Foundation, sitting around in a class.
Dang, dude.
And I realized, like, I started thinking about it, and I was like, dude, this is the same way in combat. Like when you get out of a firefight with somebody, or you get out of like a scary situation, you realize, oh my God, dude, like this guy's here with me. You talk about it and you're opening up, like you cry about it. You get really emotional about it. Dude, like I went up until probably 2 years ago. I don't think my kids had ever seen me cry.
Wow.
To me, that's heartbreaking. Cause like I didn't show that kind of an emotion to my kids, man. And especially having 2 boys, like there's nothing wrong with crying, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It shows you're human.
I think that's become so negatively stigmatized over the last couple generations.
Yeah, dude.
And it's just like
really
beaten into men, like, no, you can't cry. Can't. It's like, no, that's actually making things worse.
It does. And just to be able to talk about it. And then once you realize you can talk about it, like you can become vulnerable with the people you're at, everything changes for you.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is so much easier. You like fully bring up a real brotherhood, or like a real tribe of people that you can like relate with and understand with. And that is what I love about my business, seeing those people like open up and find their moments. And like, it is all across the spectrum,
mm-hmm.
like, through all walks of life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so originally when I was running this men's group, I started to realize like, this isn't just special operations dudes that need this. Like I opened it up to anyone and everyone. I had tons of men coming through. And for a while I was working out at a local gym, and they were volunteering time until that didn't work. And then I eventually went to a park, and I had 50, 60 people out in Mountain Hawk Park running. My entire truck was filled with kettlebells that was donated from another buddy who like believes in the thing, and True Grit. Just kidding. But
not kidding. Hey, if that's what
over at True Grit, dude, hooks it up, man. He's a phenomenal dude. You need gym equipment, that is the spot. But it changed my life, man, just getting to where people would talk. And that's kind of what the men's group is now.
Yeah. No, that's awesome, man. And I mean, I feel very honored that you invited me to go to it 2 weeks ago now. And it's the kind of thing I was like, man, I had done this stuff before, and it reminded me how far off that plane I had fallen. Because it shouldn't have been hard, but it was hard.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that you're setting up, I'm not saying you've established a cakewalk for everyone that showed up.
Yeah.
I was way out of shape compared to where I know I have been in the past.
And to be honest, it doesn't matter. Like I have guys who've never worked out in their life before.
Right.
The whole point is to put you in an uncomfortable position.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying you teed it up to where I saw me versus me. Like me today versus
the
old
reality.
Me, like,
it's always you versus you.
Yeah.
It's about you giving yourself the grace from the past of letting things go and moving forward. Like that is why, like, the cold plunge is easy. You set the cold plunge up and people can come and they can try it.
Yeah.
I get a lot of people who are like, oh, I just want to try it and see if I can do it. I'm like, dude, anybody can do it. Like, this is life-changing. Give it some time. Give it a thought. I went the longest time and gave 7 days for free. And I also realized you give anybody for free, then you degrade your product. And yeah, no, like, you just gotta try it. Commit to something. Like, I don't care if you do it. I did it in a trash can for like 3 months, man.
Wow. Doing ice at your house?
Yeah.
Dumping it in there and
trying everything you could. And then it got really expensive. Do you know how much a bag of ice is now?
I don't. I don't.
Actually. 20-pound bag of ice is like $6-7.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, dude.
I don't want to make ice at home.
You know what 20 pounds of ice does for you? Well, that's like your ice in your fridge doesn't make 20 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
And
no,
like
for sure.
80 to 100 should drop the temperature down low enough to even matter.
Oh, geez. Okay, so you're doing almost $30 a plunge of ice.
Like closer to 60, 70.
Wait, how many pounds? 80 pounds?
Yeah, 80 pounds.
20 bag. Okay, gotcha. All right.
I'm not a mathematician.
No, it's okay. No.
It's a lot.
It's 4 bags is your point, right?
Probably more than that. It depends on how much water you put in.
Well,
It's a smaller amount of water, but like my tubs over here are 80 gallons.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. So like it's different. The reality is you got to get it really cold. If you're not really doing anything.
Yeah. So who is it that you want to come to Tribe that isn't there yet? Like what kind of person? You talk about the CEO, you talked about the supervisors, you talked about people that need recovery. You had mentioned, oh, maybe it's going to be jiu-jitsu and MMA guys and fighters who are going to come recover. Like, yes, for all those people. Is there another group of person that you're like, isn't that you know of that isn't there yet that you're hoping shows up?
I want the group of person that is wondering in their life, what's next? What's going on? How do I make this better? Like, where do I go next?
Like they feel like they're at a dead end in life?
No, not even at a dead end in life, just ready for the next phase. I want the people that are crushing life and just ready for the next step. Like somebody who's ready to shake their life up and make their life better. It's like what's his name? Morpheus from
The Matrix.
Yeah, dude. Red pill or the blue pill? Like, what are you ready for? Like, if you need a change and you're ready to actually kick it up to the next level and focus on you, then let's go. If you're still at this selfish point in your life where you're just focusing on everything else and like don't really care, then I'll see you in a year. The reality is it's coming.
The carousel will bring you back around this 100%. Point.
I may not catch you on this round.
Yeah, it's going to come back.
It's not, like I said earlier, it's not if, it's when. Like, you're going to come through it. You're going to go through it.
What has been the most rewarding part of starting Tribe Cold Plunge?
The community. Like seeing, for me, like outside of the military, finding a community. Like, especially, I was in a very small, tight-knit community in special operations. Like, everybody was close. We relied on each other for everything. I never thought I would have that getting out with the civilians. Like, everybody was like, oh, civilian populace is this, or it's just different. It is different, but everybody is still on the same bandwidth, the same network. They all care about their families. They care about moving forward. They care about their employees. They care about everything else in life. Being a good person, that is good to see. And I love that part of Tribe. Going in and just seeing people come in and just giving, dude, I've gave more hugs in the last 2 years than I think I've ever given in my entire life, dude. Like, there's such a good community over there. And it's like the health and wellness space. Like, if you're a crap person, you're not there. Like, if you care about yourself, to want yourself to be better, you're a good person. And there's so many of them that come in, like so many from all walks of life. It's phenomenal.
What has been the thing that has surprised you most about going from being in special ops into being a business owner?
Wow. The amount of work that goes through without your support team. Like, I need to say it, but
okay, yeah.
I had people for everything. Like, you could walk in, you'd talk to your admin people, you could talk to like, I had divers that assisted with dive gear. Like, I had armories, that would assist the armorers. Like, here's your weapon.
Right.
I'm like, thanks.
Yeah.
Head out the door. Now it's like,
your name's in all those boxes.
Yeah, it's in every box, dude. You got to fill it out. And I'm a firm believer, like, you do what you can do and then you hire what you can't. When it's like, yeah, sounds like a great idea. And it's like, I don't have the money for that. All right, well, let's YouTube it. Let's figure it out. And then now they got ChatGPT and all these other AI things that are great, but they also take the social network out of it. So just diving in, I call people on a daily. I keep people in my wheelhouse that I know and I trust, and asking for advice from dudes like you who've been doing it for a while,
who've messed up and made it.
Yeah, 100%. And that's what you want. Like, you want to learn. It's like our kids, man. I tell my kids all the time, like, I have failed so many times, so you don't have to. And the reality is, I know now as an adult, my kids want to fail on their own. Yeah. I don't want to fail.
They're going to have to. Yeah.
I don't want to fail. I've learned that mistake. Shit, dude. I should have listened to my dad a long time ago.
So tell me something that, what's been the hardest part of transitioning out of the military and coming to be a business owner, become an entrepreneur? What has challenged you the most? I don't want to use the word struggle, but like maybe the thing that's given you the most opposition that you've had to like really.
Well, that's a very good question. And I will tell you as a man, like no man wants to be told what to do. Every man wants a direction. When I got out of the military, I didn't have a direction. Like I used to show up and I would go to the meetings on Monday and find out what's the game plan for a week. And it'd be like, at the end of the week, you need to be here, or you're going on this deployment and this operation in this region. And I could go back and reverse engineer it. Everything we do in special operations, we start on the backside. What do you want the outcome to be? All right, how do I get there? Like, how do I break apart training? How do I get to this mission set? How do I do it? Well, if I tell you you're going to start a business and you have no clue what the hell the business is about, what's the end goal? Dude, I don't even know what the end goal is. I want to help all these people. Okay.
It's almost too ambiguous, isn't it?
Now what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
I don't have it. I don't have the senior enlisted and the senior officers ahead of me there where I could walk in and be like, you know, hey boss, what are we doing? Like, how do I get here? And you know, the mentorship, you're starting all over from scratch. I built a network of mentors over 23 years. Now I'm starting over. And you know how many cold plunge places are in San Diego, California? Barely any.
Wow.
Like barely any.
Yeah. Not like
yours. You can go all to these really nice places like Lifetime Fitness, but they suck, dude. There's no community there. They're gross. Like they don't take care of them. It's like, we're a community. If you only have cold plunge and sauna, you better be really damn good at cold plunge and sauna. You better know it. And you better be able to talk to it. And especially when it's dealing with things that are hard. Like people need that comfort. They want to, you know how many hands I've held as men and women?
Yeah.
Like Elias came over here.
Yeah.
Like I love him and I'm about to throw him under the bus. The first time he got in, he started crying. Yeah. It unlocks so many emotions and brings you to such a traumatic spot. And you want to talk about seeing somebody's life change? That man, you know him as well as I do.
He's in here all the time, man.
On a completely different path. And I'm going to say it's fully because of Tribe Cold Plunge.
It's those cold plunges.
Yeah, it's not, dude. That guy's putting the work in. Like you see it in his business. Like I roll over there. I see the kids that he teaches.
Yeah,
man, he is one of my favorite partners, man. And he is such a good, genuine dude.
Yeah.
Like those are the people that I will call at 3:00 in the morning when shit goes south, like forever. And he was never a special operations guy, but he is a brother, dude. I love him to death.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't tell him though.
Don't tell him. Yeah,
don't tell him.
Yeah. Rewind this spot, Elias. He's gonna like earmark this part on YouTube and just replay it
just replay it on a loop.
It's gonna be his new voicemail. Hi, you reached Elias. I love him. Okay, well, I wanna gosh, how do we go here? So I'm sure that there are a lot of people who you would say you like wake up and fight for every single day. I know that you making yourself one of those people, just as much as me making myself one of those people, is important and critical.
Yeah.
When it comes down and all the chips are on the table, dude, who are you doing this for?
Honestly, like not to sound selfish, and this is probably the wrong answer. Right now, I'm still doing it for me, man. Like I'm still in the spot of struggle, dude. Like I'm still adapting. I'm still at the point where I'm learning me. I'm trying to figure it out. I see what it's doing for everyone else, and that gives me purpose. But that purpose is what I am looking for. So as selfish as it is, I'm doing it for me right now, man. And the reality is if I don't do it for me, I'm not going to be able to do it for much longer.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's selfish at all. No, I don't think so at all. It's I like that answer.
Yeah.
I know you started by saying this is probably the wrong answer. It's your answer, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your answer. I'm not over here like it's right or wrong. Who am I to tell you it's right or wrong? I'm just asking you what it is.
You're gonna start judging me, dude.
No, man. I'm just telling you. I'm just asking you what it is. Sometimes people have a different thing. Some people say, they're doing it for, a relative that passed away that they love and care about. They miss, dinner for my grandma, grandpa, or my spouse or whoever. Like, I didn't know what you were going to say.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. I mean, that's a very good question because you think about like, why do you do anything for what you do? And usually the answer is for your family. It's for everybody else. I do it for me so I can continue to take care of my family.
Yeah.
Like my boys are my world. Like yeah.
Can you talk about a moment in your life that you would say really like shaped and defined who you are today? I
Shaped
know
and define it.
there's probably a number of different experiences you had,
Yeah.
especially in
You
all
know,
the tours
I
you've
went
done.
to a program called Home Base a while back, and it's a PTSD clinic, essentially, to sum it up. It's put on by the Boston Red Sox. It's great. They go over pretty much when you're getting out, they really help with all the medical side of realizing who you are and like on a physical level, like what's wrong with you, where you're at. And one of the things I went through, I did an MRI, first MRI I'd ever did on my brain, and was thinking, I'm getting old. That's why I can't fucking remember stuff or like whatever. I'm not supposed to cuss. I probably. So
You're
anyway,
fine, dude.
I'm human. Anyway, um, they came in and they were like, "Hey, you got two iron spots on your brain," and I was like, "The hell's that mean?" And they were like, "Oh, well, it's from brain bleeds," and I was like, "Oh, well, that kind of makes sense." And that was kind of a moment for me to understand that, like, as I'm changing and things that are going on in my head, like it gave me some like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. Like now I start to understand why, like, I can't remember my kids' names at certain times, or like I can't function or come up with certain words, or like I'm sitting there and like this, stuttering for a sec when normally I could carry on a conversation. It was just fine. Um, that was probably one of the moments where I realized, you know what it is, you know what's going on, you can adjust, figure this out. And I'm trying to think right now of the wording you asked me exactly on that question. If you could ask me again.
Yeah, I was asking if you can like recall like a moment in your life that really kind of defined who you are today. Like, so I know there's a lot of different experiences you've had,
Yeah, that's okay. So
even
that's
childhood
abs-
during your service time, and even
that's where I was going. Well, when I was talking to you, go through lots of dude. You go through years of counseling in like 2 week period. Like you literally sit down with a shrink 3 times a day and go for like, I'm like, you dive deep. And the one thing the shrink told me is 90, uh, all numbers are made up. So I don't know what the real statistic is, but we'll say 98%, whatever. The majority of special operations guys, the guys that'll go out and risk their life without any thought, had traumatic childhoods. Traumatic childhoods from trauma, from abuse, from sexual abuse, from physical abuse, from just like not being loved as a kid. And I started thinking, I was like, holy shit, yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And it really brought me to a point where I started sitting down and then understanding why I think the way I do and why I do certain things that I do. And then gave myself, after reading tons of books, Brene Brown, about grace and stuff like that, of like, this is okay. Like, you can get through this. You can move past this. And that was one of the moments where I think it really changed. I had to swallow my ego. Like,
mm,
I, do you get that badge on your chest and you're running around and you're doing God's work overseas? Dude, nobody can touch you. Nobody can touch you until they do.
hmm.
And you can end up getting killed or put in a bad spot. Or unfortunately, there's so many. I think I'm up there with like Hillary Clinton for how many friends that have freaky killed themselves.
Oh my god, dude,
Yeah, dude.
the reference right there.
Yeah, but it's real. I mean,
Oh
look up
man,
the numbers. But
jeez,
I'm just saying, man, it is a hard thing to swallow, dude. Like you
so
start to see it and you're like, how do I make this better? How do I make this better? Like I'm gonna give everything I can to help people.
well,
And
I
that was my
want to.
turning
I
point.
don't want to answer that question. You're asking like, how do you make things better? And the things you're describing, some of them you can't.
Sure.
How do you handle that?
You don't have to, dude. You just gotta be there. Like when you're sitting in your darkness, I'm sitting right beside you with a flashlight, bro. You ready to move? Move. Let's go. I'm with you. There's nothing I can do to freaking heal you. You have to heal yourself. But I'll sit there with a flashlight, dude. I'll guide you in every direction you want to move. Like my hand's on that shoulder, dude. Just like when we go into a house, we have no clue what the hell's in front of us. There's a slight little tap and then let's go.
You know, last week when we were up at the Standard together,
Yeah.
I was dying walking around the building, not walking, lunging. Well, I guess I said walking because that's what I was doing, Shannon. Damn. I was trying to lunge my way around the building, half walking, and I saw you, man. I saw you right there. Lunge for lunge. David, was that his name?
Yeah.
Was the guy, the kid, younger kid?
Yeah.
He was having a hard day. I was having a hard day, but he looked like he was having a hard day too.
Dude, everybody's having a hard day.
But hold on. I'm trying to say that you were right there next to him. You're giving this whole flashlight in the dark analogy. I watched you do it, man. I watched you do it. And when I was dying, looking over my shoulder like this, you're at the same pace he's going, even though you could go faster. And you're like, nope, I'm going to go with him. And he wasn't alone. And you're right there with him. So many men are missing that component in their social life, in their professional life, and even in their home life. Sometimes they're just feeling alone. They don't got anybody next to them, arm in arm.
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Dude, everybody's at a different pace, man. Everybody. And to be able to sit there and bring that dude up. Did you see him quit? Did you see him quit halfway and then go get in his car?
No.
No. That poor dude probably couldn't walk for the next week. He's probably still crying right now.
When we finished, he almost fell over. He almost fell. He was
saw his legs.
tap dancing.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, he didn't quit, man. And that's what
Yeah.
it's all about. Like,
Yeah.
when life sucks and it's hard, not if, when, you keep going, dude. And it's so much easier when you have somebody push it. Like,
Yeah.
it's like eating the cow. You eat it one bite at a time.
One bite at a time. Yeah.
One bite at a time. And when you have somebody there that's holding your hand and supporting you, oh my God, dude. Then it becomes, it's not about you anymore. It's like, I don't want to let Shannon down. I can do this. And then once you get that reality of you doing it, it's back to you again. And then we're both operating. Now we got 4 people.
Yeah.
And those 4 people got another 4 people.
Yeah. It's a multiplier.
And then it multiplies.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, we're all doing great, man. That's why we started the men's group. Well, the men's group started 2 years ago, but now that's why we're opening it up to everybody that's local.
Yeah.
Like, I want to bring those guys in, the guys who really want to take that change in their life when they're ready for it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's really important. I wanted you to say it in your own words, but I wanted to bring it up because I watched you do it. I was struggling too. I could talk about David tap dancing, but I was tap dancing at the end too. I was gassed, bro.
Yeah.
My legs were shot already halfway through, and they're like, all right, I crossed that little speed bump in the parking lot. I'm like, whoo, yeah. I was like, whoo. And then Cody's like, all right, second half, guys. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
My knee wasn't even touching the ground that second half, man. I'm just dead honest.
Dude,
my knee could not even touch the ground, bro.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You got out there and you put out effort. I have guys that come to my men's group and they work out for the first 5 minutes and then they'll walk around the building.
Yeah.
They stay going.
Yeah.
They
Keep
sit there
moving.
and go. Like, you
Yeah.
come at your own pace, dude.
Yeah.
I set it up to where I try to hurt the highest common denominator.
Mm.
Everybody else, get in where you fit in. All I ask is you leave it right there, dude. You need to throw up? I got a bucket. Like,
Yeah.
the reality is every one of us is worked out to the point where we can't walk the next day. And you know what they're doing right now? They're walking. Like, just put yourself in that uncomfortable position, get out there, grind. And this isn't just physical. This is mental. It's the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Get out there and help somebody else. When you ask somebody, how are you doing? What's going on in your life? Listen for the damn answer, dude. You can hear it in their tone. Oh, I'm fine. No, you're not.
No. Yeah.
And like, if not, don't even ask them. Quit asking questions you don't want to hear the answer to. And if you're not ready to help somebody, sit in the freaking back, dude. Because there are men that want to help. There are men that want to better themselves, who want to better their families. They're ready to grind, dude. You know, it's funny. I had the conversation with a couple people that I drove up with, my buddy Zach and Jason. And we were talking about podcasts and Joe Rogan and like all these pipe hitters that got the best advice in the world. And one of them was like, yeah, it's like wolves and sheep. And I was like, no, dude, it has nothing to do with wolves and sheep, dude. Like, they're bullies too. Like, the wolves are the bullies. There's the shepherds. Be the shepherd, not the wolf. And I love like a lot of these military terms of like, I'm the wolf. I'm like, no, you're not, dude. And if you are, you're the wrong side, dude. Be the shepherd. Be the one that's going to protect those sheep. those sheep are your family. They're your friends. They're the vulnerable ones. They're the ones that need help. Get out there and grind and be that dude. So like our men's group is, man, it's so dope, dude. That is what I look forward to every Saturday when it pops off, and like just getting to the point of seeing people like over time. Like you give it 2 months, dude, and you'll be lunging around the entire building. You'll find your own David, dude.
I'll lunge from my office down to you. I'll lunge my way over instead of driving. How about that?
If I could get a couple thumbs up in this, like we'll see how many like they could get them to go. Dude.
Yeah.
Now that's gonna be our next video. Is you lunging from
me lunging. I might just do that I'll do that Instagram live. I'll go, hey, I'm about to lunge over to Shannon.
Let's do it, dude. We'll get the whole crew over here. Everybody who wants to lunge over to Shannon's. Let's do it.
I really love what you're doing, man. And it is, it's personal for me because, like I said, I measure myself against myself, and I've done things like that before when I was a lot younger. And I even hate referencing the age, but I'm just saying that historically, that's when it happened for me. I was in my 30s, and I was doing harder things with my friends who were still active duty or had just separated, and they like brought me into their circle of doing all this hard stuff, and I loved it. But then, like, I stopped doing that stuff, and I'm like, no, I need that back. So my wife asked me, hey, how was it? I was like, I hated it and loved it at the same time, because it was like it's like when I used to play baseball growing up. It's like when I put my old glove back on, I'm like, oh, man, it's familiar. Yeah, oh, I know this feeling. I know this feeling.
Throw that ball and catch again, dude. First time somebody throws that hard ball and it pops in that leather, dude, you're like, dude, you're 15 again.
Yeah.
Like that is such a good feeling.
Yeah.
The same thing, man. Like my buddy Zach came the other day. Like that poor dude literally flew in, or he drove in from drove in from
new word. We make up new words all the time.
Yeah. It's a thing. So anyway, drove in from Oregon, literally came to work out with us, and Jason and I work out all the time. We crushed this dude. He came in, who was about to throw up. What did he do? The next day, hopped on it again. Next day, hopped on it again. Next day, he went over, did the workout with it, and then the following morning was Saturday, and I run the men's group, and he's like, fuck yeah, dude, men's group, let's go, dude. And then he was like, what are we doing? I was like, it's a workout. And you could see his, like, well, everything went out. It was like he just lost his soul. And he was like, dude, like, really? And I'm like, yeah, man, let's go. And he's like, all right. That is the definition of everything we build at Tribe, dude.
Yeah.
Finding that network of dudes who won't quit. Like, I'm going to make your life better, dude. You know why? Because seeing your life better makes my life better.
Yeah.
And I'm like I said, man, I'm still digging in those struggles right now too.
But seeing you succeed over here helping people was encouraging to me. You might feel that same way about this station of life you find yourself, but like the thing that you're doing is the thing that like I had stopped doing that I really need. And I got invited into that. I'm like, dude, this is helping me. So it's reciprocal in that way. It is symbiotic. I want you to know that,
man. It's a season of life we're all in. And like, to be honest, you've probably been through that season 4 or 5 times. And unfortunately, you might go through it 4 or 5 more times. Keep going, dude. Mm-hmm. It's all about consistency. It's about getting to the point of like, I don't want to do this, but I got dudes there that are waiting on me. I'm going.
Yeah. Someone's counting on me to show up.
100% they're counting on you, whether they know it. Like there was a point a while back. I feel bad. I can't remember his name. Tattooed preacher.
Mm-hmm. Jeff.
Yeah. Oh my God, this guy came to the workout, and he is not like the most in shape dude in the world.
Well, and he's actually big, like he's tall. Too.
Oh, he is a big boy, dude.
He's a big guy.
That dude showed up, crushed what he could do on the workout, and then when he opened up after it was done and started speaking, dude, it got me so emotional. It hit me in like the spot of like, that's what I was looking for, man. Like every bit of doubt that I had, I was like, this guy brought it back in, and I was like, that is exactly, dude, this was weeks ago. Like, and I've been running the business, and it's like, it happens to all of us. And it hit me so hard, man. Like I started tearing up. I walked up and I was like, God told you to come here today, huh? And he's like, yeah, dude. And I was like, oh man, it hit very, very hard. And that was the moment I was like, you know what? Like, this needs to be for everyone. Like we need to get this going. Like We need to push this out. There's so many people in this epidemic of like struggling and without any kind of like, I see so many people coming in that are dealing with stuff with their families, with their wives, with their work, and just being able to have that moment where you could come in and talk about stuff and be open and vulnerable. It may only last 5 days, dude, but that's 5-6 days of freedom. And then you can get back in and then you do it again. You know, had that midweek coffee where you meet all the homies at one of the local coffee shops.
Yeah.
Dude, we need this.
I've been telling people in different settings. I didn't even know I was going to say this to you today, but we don't need another office to go to. We don't need another thing to go to, but what we're lacking is a place to belong.
Yeah.
And I think that when I went that first time, I was like, oh my God, people can belong here. People can belong here because you're good at setting that up.
Yeah.
You're good at fostering an environment where people feel like they belong there, that they should be there, not out of checking the box and obligation and all this other stuff, but like, I want to go there. I want to be around the people that are there. That's a special kind of unique place. That's not every place. You know this, right?
No, 100%. 100%.
Yeah. It's important to me as a newer friend of yours. I need you to know that's a unique thing and a very important thing in this neighborhood.
I appreciate it. Like that means a lot. And that is exactly the purpose. So
yeah. More of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do more of that. Let's get more guys coming working out on Saturday.
Let's go, dude.
I've really enjoyed this conversation, man, but I want to respect your time as well. Is there anything else? Is there anything we didn't talk about today that you wanted to bring up, either regarding your life, tribe, your military career?
These are all things that when people come through, man, I would love. I'm an open and honest book about anything and everything, man. I will tell you all my struggles. Like if I can give you one of my struggles and you learn from it without making that mistake, sick, dude. Like that's great. Yeah. I do want to get to the purpose, the point where this is going good enough. Yeah, mm-hmm. Good enough.
Yeah,
women need this too, man. Like women need this too so bad. So I would love to start to farm this culture to where, like, just find your group, man. Find your tribe. It doesn't have to be Tribe Cold Plunge, but find your tribe. Like, find your guys that you go golfing with once a week. You go hunting with once a week. And I will say, when you choose that, choose something hard. Choose something that you have to struggle, not something you're good at. If you're a great jump roper, as Andy is.
Wow, full circle jump rope.
Choose something else, dude. Get outside of your comfort zone. And that is, like, the whole point of a workout is to open you up to where you become vulnerable.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's your first time as, like, I got guys from SWAT. I've had Olympians over there. Like, I have guys in the CrossFit games over there. Like, all walks of life. Guys who have never worked out before in their life. Come, I'll show you. And if I don't show you, I have a gang of other dudes that are trying to accept you to, like, get in there to get you better and get you healthy.
That's rad, dude. Yeah. I love it. Thank you so much for inviting me and welcoming me to your place. I will be there. I will show up. I want
to
pick
you up if I want to.
No, yeah, but you're not talking about picking me up in the car. You're going to pick you up over the shoulder and drag my ass over there.
I really do that for
Well, you're going to put me over your shoulder and lunge me down the street. You're just showing off, because you probably can.
100% I can.
I know you can. Yeah. But I am so grateful, Shannon, for you coming in today. Thank you for doing this. I really respect what you're doing, and I want more men in our neighborhood and our community, business, and just around this area to find their way to Tribe Cold Plunge as well. So if you're okay with it, I want to put your business address and your contact information in the description box.
Absolutely, dude.
I want to invite everyone to follow you on social media as well, on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then make their way to come and find you, come to your location, check out the cold plunge, check out the sauna. By the way, if you don't know about how compression sleeves work for your circulation and general blood flow as well as recovery, it can be so helpful, just as much as everything else is that you have there. But I didn't want to kind of skipped over that part earlier, but I've done those compressions and it feels so good. Mm-hmm. Body feels like alive again after that. So thank you for supporting our neighborhood, the men of this community. And I'm really encouraged by what you're doing and personally grateful. Thank you.
Dude, same thing
Yeah.
for you, man. If veterans have a hard enough time trying to get back in, and for you to open it up and like help those guys out between all law enforcement, military, first responders, they're all going through their struggles, man.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one of the benefits of being here kind of in this neighborhood is that there's a lot of that. I mean, we had one of our other clients did an event this last weekend with Hot Shots, what the guys are doing fire out in the wilderness fire crews. And it's like, that thing went off too. And it's like, and I have Juan who does shows here for Fit PD, for law enforcement. And I really want this to work for people, and I really want guys to find a place where they belong. So thank you for creating that space for them, dude.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thanks for coming to the show today. Thank you all for watching Friends of Mortgage Heroes. If you are that guy that we're talking about, or maybe you're the spouse of the guy that we're talking about, send your dude over to Shannon's place and let Shannon
hold up real quick.
Kick his butt.
If you're that woman, that's that person too, come talk to me. Like, let's get a woman's crew going.
Well, I was going to say, we need
thing, man.
So if you need someone to lead that, then spearhead that kind of, I'll say division, if you will. We're looking for somebody.
I have a couple of them in mind already, and I would love to open that space to them, but let's get some feelers out. All
right, let's do that. So if you're a dude, make your way over to Tribe Cold Plunge. You will find me there. I am promising you publicly, as much as I've promised you privately, you're going to find me there. Ladies, find yourself there as well. And if you are out of the area, but you know someone here in Chula Vista or just in South San Diego that can make their way over here to get their recovery with Shannon, make sure you tell them about Tribe Cold Plunge. Again, you'll find all the contact information in the description box below. Shannon, thank you so much for coming to the show, man. Yeah, I appreciate you sincerely. Thank you for everything you're doing. And thank you all for watching. Thank you for participating in Friends of Mortgage Heroes and this experience we're creating here for our friends in and around real estate and mortgage and finance and business in the whole veteran space. So we will see you again with another great episode and an amazing guest next week. Later.